According to my calculations, we have exactly enough acorns for 3 months.
Step right up, citizens of Emerald Valley, for the wonders of a lifetime.
He say wonders. I love wonders.
Behold, the elixir of infinite energy. Infinite energy violates the laws of thermodynamics, bird. Science is for those who lack imagination, my furry friends.
I want to bounce forever!
Oh no! Don't listen to him. It's just colored sugar water.
One bottle for the low price of all your winter acorns.
Fine, Silas. If you want a show, I'll give you a real one.
If Silas wants to sell illusions, I will show everyone how they are made. Look at the little rabbit trying to be a scientist. The angle of incidence seems quite precise, Roro. Why play with glass when you could have the power of the stars in a bottle? No! You are ruining the refraction experiment. Don't let logic dull your sparkle, my dear friends.
Wait for it. Light. And the light is almost at the... That is not magic, everyone. That is just basic optics. Wait. The rabbit made a bigger wonder for free? That was just a fluke. A minor trick of the eye.
It is just physics, Silas, and it costs exactly 0 acorns. Hey, watch the boots!
But can your little rabbit friend make you see your future?
Well, Roro, optics are nice, but foresight is a very tempting commodity.
Wouldn't you like to know if the winter will be mild before you break your back, Bella?
He's pivoting to emotional manipulation. Little duckling, this requires a very special payment.
Don't you dare swindle a baby, Silas. I do not swindle. I provide hope for those who find your math too cold.
I'm sorry, Roro, but I need to know if the roof will hold.
Logic hasn't failed. It just needs a more practical application. One sip, and you will see exactly what your heart desires.
Dodo, please. This is a highly sensitive counter-heist maneuver. The viscosity of this liquid seems identical to river water. Silas? Behold, the anti-gravity stone of the Great Peaks.
Gravity is not a suggestion, it's a law.
Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, for the most astonisher in all the valley. Keep your bed out of the way of progress, pest. Found the anti-gravity mechanism. A fine trade for a glimpse of the beyond. Behold the miracle of high-tensile wire and a simple pulley. Pay no attention to the rabbit's frantic delusions.
It is made of painted foam, Bella.
I believe the merchant owes us a demonstration of the truth now.
Step inside and see the future-seeing control room.
I only wanted to bring some magic to your boring lives. He has been watching you all for weeks to guess your fortunes. I think we'd like our winter supplies back, wizard. Farewell, you ungrateful critics! He didn't get away with the goods, did he?
He is heading for the river crossing.
All our winter food is on that wagon.
If we take the shortcut through the oak grove, we can intercept him. Ha! Ha! One steals from a cat and gets away with it. Logic is fast, but a head start is faster. Hold on tight, Dodo! The tide is higher than the map said. He's trapped by the rising water. You forgot to calculate the seasonal rainfall, Silas. Wait, I can explain. The friction of the mud is currently greater than your wagon's horsepower. Get away from there, you yellow menace! I believe this wagon belongs to the meadow, bird.
Now, let's not do anything hasty or lacking in theatrical flair.
If we apply leverage at a 45-degree angle, we can recover the supplies.
Time for a little tug-of-war.
My equilibrium. Good work, Dodo. Manual distribution of assets. My business model is collapsing. Now, let's talk about the difference between a miracle and a lie.
The only thing infinite about that elixir was the amount of mud you just swallowed.
I build things to last, Silas, unlike your promises.
It is just beet juice and shimmer powder.
Inventory matches the records, Leo. For me? Roro, you're a terrible judge of character, but you're a great friend.
I suppose I overplayed my hand this time.
We're taking this back to the clearing for a proper distribution.
The beet juice actually makes a decent ink for my chart.
Next time, I'll make sure the science is at least plausible.
The refraction of the evening light is quite beautiful, without any beet juice additive.
The real miracle is that we are going to eat tonight!
Careful there, little one. These feathers are for show, not for snacking.
We should reach the main camp before the temperature drops below 10 degrees.
You know, a wagon that doesn't get stuck in the mud would be a true miracle.
I have a design for a treaded wheel that increases surface area and reduces pressure.
Perhaps the Mirage Merchant needs a new name.
He finally stopped sabotaging things for 5 minutes.
So, that needle actually points the way without a crystal ball?
The stars are reliable constants, Silas, unlike your smoke bombs.
The luminescent intensity of a firefly is far more efficient than your chemical flares, Silas.
Did you hear that? I hope the shadow monsters I told the raccoon about aren't real. I almost lost footing there.
This is remarkably similar to the pulley you used for the floating rock.
We are nearly home, though our merchant friend seems to have left traps everywhere.
I call it portable landscaping, Roro.
You are too messy for a secret mission, Dodo.
The heroes have returned with the snacks!
You can join us, Silas, provided you leave the smoke bombs in the wagon.
It seems actual warmth is quite superior to the purple kind.
It tastes better when you haven't stolen it, doesn't it?
No more napping until we finish the victory feast, Dodo.
That's the sound of a cat who knows a fake when he sees one.
North-northwest, according to the celestial alignment.
A merchant sells things, but perhaps a showman just gives them away. Rest up, you little saboteur. We have a long walk tomorrow.
For my next act, I shall make this delicious juice disappear.
I wonder if he really believed his own stories, Leo.
Style is a science of its own, my feline friend.
Probability of a peaceful night, 99%.
The real trick, Silas, is predicting the weather based on barometric pressure, not stage smoke.
It may be beet juice, but it still makes the world a bit more colorful.
I shall lead the next expedition to the Great Walnut Peak.
The merchant left more than just memories in that valley.
Keep the hammer, little bird. You might need to build something real for once.
See? Facts provide a much fuller stomach.
You have the charisma, Silas, but you lack the grace of a cat!
I will scrub the miracle right off this wood.
And here I thought I was the only one who knew the secret ways. Sleep well, Logic Rabbit. The morning will bring a brand new audience. The probability of those bottles containing actual miracles is mathematically 0, Silas. It's a little harmless atmosphere for the evening performance. My shine is a far more reliable miracle than that bird's water bottles. The lunar reflection angle confirms we are exactly where we should be.
I prefer tools I can trust, Silas, not stories in a jar. At least one of us has the logic to appreciate a good night's rest.
It works on magnetism, not mystery, Silas.
That was our midnight snack, you clumsy cat!
Do you think they will ever buy another bottle after today? If you start telling the truth, they might just listen for free. The truth is, Silas, people only want to believe in miracles because they find reality exhausting.
He, at least, finds the world magical enough as it is.
A cat with boots this orange does not need an elixir to be spectacular. The path is clear and the cargo is secured. Use this to water the garden tomorrow. It's mostly mineral-rich river water anyway.
Goodbye, heavy burdens of the mind.
I've calculated a way to convert theatrical charisma into actual kinetic energy for the winter grain mill.
Magic isn't real, my friend, but misdirection is a very real science. Rest now. The sun will rise at exactly 6:14 a.m., whether we wish it or not.
That is a chemical waste of energy, Silas.
It adds a certain flair to the bedtime routine, wouldn't you say?
According to my chart, the dawn will break in exactly 4 hours.
Best cat in the valley?
No, Bella. A bear of your strength could sell quite a few feats of might tickets.
Go to sleep, Silas, before I give you a feat of might for free.
This isn't even juice. It's just tap water with glitter.
It is hydration of the ancients, Roro. Very refreshing and highly profitable.
His gullibility is your only successful customer base.
Perhaps reality isn't so bad when the company is this honest.
By my estimates, if we redistribute the stolen stock fairly, no one goes hungry this winter.
A gift from the merchant's personal collection, free of charge.
He is a lot of work for someone so small.
The wind is picking up from the north.
You are more entertaining when you are not trying to take our food, little bird.
I cannot believe Nana actually thought this was a geological anomaly.
In my defense, the lighting in the meadow was quite convincing.
This valley is a death trap.
No more tricks, Silas. The night is almost over.
The merchant has officially left the building. The stars do not require a sales pitch to stay in their proper orbits, Silas.
I suppose a real merchant would not let his best customer sleep in a bowl. My vigilance is the only miracle this camp truly possesses.
Calculations suggest the sun will arrive in exactly 62 minutes.
Save your strength for the journey back to the meadow, little bird.
High sugar content and synthetic dyes, exactly as I hypothesized. You are remarkably thorough for someone who does not believe in surprises. I believe in surprises that are verifiable, Silas. The way Dodo can sleep through a heist is a prime example.
Shh! The night isn't over yet.
Prepare for departure. The morning sun waits for no one.
The dawn is precisely 3 minutes away.
Is it breakfast time already?
Ready for the triumphant return to the meadow.
I suppose actual work has its own certain charm.
Look, the light is hitting the valley floor at the exact predicted angle. Stay on the path. The mud is still slick from the dew. A souvenir of the mirage for the Museum of Honesty.
No miracles today, Dodo. Just a lot of heavy lifting.
Ladies and gentlemen, the return of your very real winter dinner.
Now that is a miracle I can actually calculate. Now that the supplies are back, we need a transparent system for the winter rationing.
Transparency is fine, Roro, but every distribution needs a bit of showmanship.
I am officially the head of security and entertainment. Fairness is a precise measurement, not a feeling.
See? Even the strongest bears appreciate a little mystery in their morning.
Dodo,
That is not food. That is just colorful deception. New product line, the elixir of absolute honesty.
It is just water, Silas.
Exactly. It is the most honest thing I have ever sold. I suppose that is one variable I did not account for. Now that the supplies are back, we need a transparent system for the winter rationing.
Transparency is fine, Roro, but every distribution needs a bit of showmanship.
I am officially the head of security and entertainment. Fairness is a precise measurement, not a feeling. See? Even the strongest bears appreciate a little mystery in their morning. Dodo, that is not food. That is just colorful deception.
New product line, the elixir of absolute honesty.
It is just water, Silas.
Exactly. It is the most honest thing I have ever sold.
I suppose that is one variable I did not account for.
Now that the magic has been debunked, we can focus on actual logistics. Behold, the gravity-defying duckling and his porcelain throne.
Is it true my bell can be heard from the other side of the river?
If we move the storage to the hollow oak, the probability of spoilage drops by 40%.
Is that more of the stinky purple cloud powder?
A refreshing draught of merchant's remorse, Madam Bella?
Dodo, you are a statistical outlier in terms of helpfulness.
I suppose the truth doesn't need nearly as much glitter to be seen. The nutritional value of a real apple far exceeds a sugar water illusion.
From miracle merchant to the scientific showman. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Out with the old, in with the verifiable.
With the wagon stabilized, we can use the lenses to start the controlled distillation.
Honesty is much heavier than a mirage, Nana.
Steady now. The truth requires a very firm hand.
Your metabolism is surprisingly consistent, Dodo.
Welcome to the inaugural meeting of the Emerald Valley Truth Seekers.
I suppose lecturer is technically more accurate than merchant.
No need for theatrical fog when the air is this clear, right, Dodo?
Concentrated solar radiation is much more efficient than your old flint and steel method, Bella.
Act 1. The rabbit who counted the sunbeams.
Attention, students of the Emerald Valley.
Is there going to be a quiz?
Observe how the light moves, revealing the hidden structures of our world.
Even the smallest variables deserve a breakfast, Dodo.
It's much prettier when we know how it works. Looks like a real miracle, doesn't it?
Precision is the most theatrical gesture of all, Silas. Behold the greatest show on earth, reality! I could get used to this kind of logic. Next lesson, why the sky is blue and the acorns are crunchy.
By planting these at a 4-inch depth, we optimize the germination probability.
Efficiency meets elegance, just as the manual suggested. Science is remarkably shiny when you do it right.
The shadow alignment confirms our irrigation schedule is perfectly synchronized.
It's good to see you using that paint for something that actually grows.
Your foraging instincts are surprisingly accurate for an infant.
I call this the bottle of future forests. At least label is biologically accurate.
You can't nap here, Dodo. We're building a laboratory.
I suppose a world without illusions is quite a lot of work, Roro. The equilibrium of a scale is the most honest performance you will ever witness, Silas. I spent years looking for magic in the clouds, but it was hiding under my talons all along.
Be careful with the footwear, Nana. These are professional-grade hiking boots now.
See, Dodo? The berry didn't disappear. It's just basic slate of wing.
Everything is accounted for, Roro. The valley is ready for the cold.
No more mirages. From now on, the Emerald Valley only buys the truth.
Critical thinking is a heavy tool, but it builds the best foundations, my friend.
Little decoration isn't a lie, as long as you don't claim it makes you fly.
Final calculation for the day. 100% chance of true friendship.
And that, my friends, is the most logical conclusion of all.